Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to a short, quick episode of To The Max Outdoors. I just figured I'd make this little quick video here to try to help somebody out with trail cameras if they're looking for a budget-friendly trail camera. I personally am a budget-friendly trail camera person. I lose at least 2 cameras a year to bear. The area that I do the majority of my mid-October to mid-December deer hunting is just absolutely jam-packed full of bear, and I lose a camera or 2 a year. That's just how it is. So over the years I've always been a cheaper price point camera type person, because I don't want to walk up to the tree and cry when I just see a cam buckle or a strap laying there or batteries on the ground where a bear decided to chew on it. So that being said, 2 channels that I follow pretty regularly, well, super regularly, J&J True Outdoors and The Hunting Farmer. Both those guys did reviews of this CEYOMUR CY50 in the past couple months, and said I was looking to buy new cameras. I'd run Simmons for a long time, run wild game for a long time, and I wanted a camera that was capable of taking some pretty decent videos and pictures at the same time, and the wild game wasn't doing that for me in the price point that I want to stay in, 30 to 50 bucks. They weren't getting that done. So picked up 2 of these on Amazon Prime Day. They give like just shy of 22 bucks a piece for them. They've been in the woods for exactly 1 month, and couldn't be more excited with the quality that they put out for me. Now, I'm just a dumb redneck from West Virginia, but having this view screen right here when you're in test mode, setting this camera up to see exactly what you're looking at, like if you're trying to fine-tune, pinpoint a mock scrape or a trail or say even a feed pile, you can see it right here when you're setting this camera up. There's none of these days of where you put your camera together, turn it on, stand where you're trying to, trigger the camera, plug your phone or your reader back into it and tweaking your camera. You can do it all right here. Huge plus to me. I'm a run and gun type of guy. I like to put these things up and get out of the area. I don't like to linger around, just because critters know you're there in minimal time. You can be there, the better off you'll be. So that's my mindset on it. The biggest thing about this camera that I can say right now is, like I said, it's been out for exactly 1 month. I just pulled it today. It's got the same 8 Energizer Industrial double A's that I put in it originally. Still had full power on it. Had 187 10-second videos and 403 pictures on it, and it's still showing full power. So really happy with that point. That's awesome to me. That's pretty efficient on battery usage in my mind. Granted, it's been warm, it's not been cold, the weather's not been terrible in this camera, so you know, we'll find out going through the year. I'll do a 1-year review on these. I'm not going to beat it up. There's people that do way better reviews than me, but just for me personally, I'll do a 1-year review on these and tell you how they hold up through the winter, because I will tell you that the 4 other cameras of these that I have that I've recently purchased, they're going on my hunting leases 2 hours south of me in the mountains, and I'll put them up early October, and I won't take them down until April, you know, spring of 23 and turkey season. I won't take them down until then, so they're going to be up that whole time. So that'll be a very good test on them, as long as the bears stay away from them and keep them. We'll have a good review from them. But so there you go, the pros of that thing is you can see what you're doing. It's pretty easy to set up. Date, time, all that stuff's there. You can time stamp them. Pretty neat, and you know that you have all that feature in a budget price point camera. One of the downsides to this that I will tell you is the date's a little hard to figure out. You'll see here in the videos from this camera at the end of this video, I've got it day, month, year, and I don't know how I got that messed up. I want month, day, year. It's common, and it stores better. When I put these in on the file, I put them all in by months, you know, so I'm looking at the first digits. That's how I try to track everything. That's how I try to keep an inventory, you know, especially locally here around the house at my grandpa's place, where I do a lot of these videos and a lot of my quick short hunting stuff. I'll categorize these by month, and it's pretty neat, you know, to watch deer grow horns, or to watch turkeys start chasing, watch coyotes, you know, when they turn on their coat. I do a lot of trapping, so believe it or not, I use trail cameras to see when fur gets prime. I know it's kind of funny, but it's just something I've adapted to over the years. Some YouTube guy that I watched, he talked about that, and I thought, that's a pretty cool idea there. Why wouldn't you do that? So, you know, I do utilize them. And the month feature to me has got to be first, because like I said, that's how I categorize things. Now, one downside that I did find, I'm going to call it downside for me, is I selected picture and video. And I had one of these in a food plot and one of these in the woods. The camera that I had in the woods, I had it facing where 3 finger ridges come together, 3 trails off 3 different finger ridges converged together and got on the main ridge trail. Now, that camera was pointed directly at them. So any critter that was coming straight at the camera, took a picture and video of, just like you think it should. The critters that come off the main ridge and then fingered out into one of the ridge trails, it would take the picture in view, and then my video, you'd get, you know, half an ass of the critter. So keep that in mind. If you got it on picture and video, and if you're trying to fine tune, pinpoint stuff, you either need to go straight picture with a low speed, you know, or a straight picture with a higher frame speed. That way you can take more pictures of it, or just straight video. You know, there is cases where you're trying to, like, say, mock scrape, for example. If you want to pinpoint a mock scrape, you might just want to go straight video. Now, mock scrape is probably going to be there long enough to work in it where you can get a decent video of it. Like, say coming up here, you know, towards the end of October, when deer start working scrapes or checking scrapes, I hate to miss that. I hate to miss that video of that thing. You know, if you just get a picture of him coming into it, by the time the videos, if he checks it and doesn't work it, you might not get to see what deer you've retained. That's just coming out of this little redneck's mind here. Just things like that to keep in touch. So from here on out, I'll go straight video on them, and I'll be happy with them. Anyways, all in all, CEYOMUR CY50. Couldn't be more happy with this little camera, man. I'm glad that I watched those 2 channels and follow those guys. I purchased that thing without ever having my hands on it. That's usually not the way I operate. I usually have to get my hands all over something before I buy it. But anybody that's thinking about a budget-friendly camera that maybe you're not going to be upset if a bear decides to see if his mouth will fit over that, you can't beat them in my mind. Like I said, we'll see here in a year. But all in all, pretty good camera so far. Like I said, 1 month on them, and I couldn't be more happy with them. So we'll see how they hold up through the winter. I hope they hold up really well. They seem to be sealed up really, really well. When I opened this camera in the woods, after being there for a month, there was 0 moisture in the battery tray. There's no corrosion going on. I'm really happy and pleased with that. Now, there again, the weather's not been cold, the snow's not been trying to blow up inside these things yet. So, you know, all that's to be determined, but first impressions, man, awesome little camera so far for being a budget-friendly camera. So stay tuned to the Max Outdoors. I'll throw some video clips in here from this, and I think you guys will be happy with it. Oh, and I did select 1080, 1920 by 1080, so I'll put these videos that this trail camera took directly in this video at 1080. I won't doctor them any at all. I'll just drop them right off the SD card into the video, and hopefully it comes out, you know, exactly like I'm viewing them from the computer. I will say that I have a wild game card reader, and it takes its good sweet time to load that many videos up. But there again, I'm not a video guy, so maybe there's something you can do to enhance that. But for me, I just want to swap SD cards out, bring it home, put it on the desktop or laptop, and I don't have any problem viewing them that way. I'm not one of them guys that sit in the tree stand and view the videos while I'm sitting there. It's just not the way I am. So if that's something that you're interested in, then you probably know how to view a video better than me anyways off your phone. I'm just hard-headed and old school. So stay tuned to the Max Outdoors.